You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics. And we're out of time, so you...
Hey, y'all, Gravity, any day above ground living. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. And you know what we do on Wednesdays. You got to go out and hump something. And you should hump something tonight with a little extra fervor, because them pieces of shit on there, you know, them white racists and them black conservatives, they were running around saying Shawn Grayson ain't doing nothing wrong. Well, seems like the state of Illinois found that he did something wrong, and his dumb ass is looking at 20 years now. Now, we know until he's really sentenced, we can't really fully enjoy this, but we can enjoy the fact that he is now a felon. Oh, yes. Shawn Grayson was just found guilty of deleting Sonya Massey. We saw the video. It was heart-wrenching. We saw the dumbass black conservatives like Tatum Tosh try to justify it, talking about she was throwing the water at him, which was an absolute lie. Before we play, though, the news report, I want to see something. I just want to see something. I want to see if the piece of shit actually says something about the case. Your mama's a whore. We don't care. So his last thing was 9 hours ago about Tucker Carlson. Let's see. He did it live. Charlie Kirk's mic was contaminated. Oh, okay. Look. This is the face he makes. This. I tell you, the humiliation is real. That's the face you make for one of your things. Okay, dude. I just want to see if he says something in here. I don't care about your dumbass music. Let me see. Let me look. Did you say anything about Massey? Nah, you didn't say nothing? Oh, you was yelling about Anna Kasparian. Oh, you didn't say nothing about that cop, huh? Well. Okay. I figured as much. But anyway, let's look at this news story now. We on NBC News. Let's see what they said.
We have breaking news, a verdict in the murder trial of former Illinois Sheriff's Deputy Shawn Grayson. After 2 days of deliberation, the jury has found Grayson guilty of second-degree murder. Grayson, who is white, was accused of killing...
That's going to piss him off over there on X. Let's get it. Had to just mention the race, right? Oh, by the way, he's included in, what was it, the 2023 FBI UCR, including the cop one.
46-year-old black woman, Sonya Massey, who called 911 for help. That shooting was captured on body camera footage.
Talk. Oh, I'm sorry, 2024. My fault. I thought it was 2023.
Shooting and killing Massey in her kitchen last year after she picked up a pot of boiling water. Her family said she struggled with mental health issues.
NBC News correspondent Maggie Vespa is outside the courthouse in Peoria, Illinois, and NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalas with us here in studio. Maggie, let me get right to you. Tell us more about the verdict and what happened inside that courtroom.
He probably started realizing that he gonna get effed up in jail. Put him with the black people. Put him there. I want to see how the brothers and the sisters, because we know they're going to have female guards there. I want to see how he going to react to the brothers and the sisters looking at him for killing one of us.
Yeah, Kate Sinclair, after more than 10 hours of deliberations, jurors inside that courtroom just coming to that conclusion that Shawn Grayson is, as you said, guilty of second-degree murder, which carries a potential sentence of 4 to 20 years in prison. And basically what this means is that, when you're a legal analyst, and I'm sure Danny can expand on this, the defense's strategy seemingly worked to give the jury the option of a lesser charge. And remembering that he was initially charged with first-degree murder, which in Illinois carries a maximum potential penalty of life in prison. Now, again, just that kind of basic definition here is that what this means is the jury determined that Shawn Grayson intentionally killed Sonya Massey, believing potentially that his life or his safety was at risk, but that belief was actually unreasonable. And this is
over some hot water that he alleged that she was going to throw at him, even though she was going to go pour it out in the sink. But, okay.
After watching the body camera video in full in court in front of Sonya Massey's family, asking to watch that body camera video again last night during deliberations, asking the judge for clarification on some of the jury instructions, especially tied to the concept of use of force. So this is kind of a middle ground between, I should say it's absolutely a middle ground between what prosecutors originally sought against Grayson, again, that first-degree murder charge, and then what the defense was ultimately hoping for, which was an acquittal. Now we have this conviction of second-degree murder, again, also something of a middle ground for these protesters down the street. As the verdict was being announced, that producer ran down there, and we heard from people.
They always be running.
Beating their drum and yelling through a bullhorn. So they're glad there's a conviction of some sort. They're glad, they hope there will be prison time. He hasn't been sentenced yet, but they really wanted, in the name of Sonya Massey, that first-degree murder conviction. So again, this is in the last 10 minutes or so. We're bringing you this breaking news here first on News Now Daily, guys.
Maggie, thanks so much. Danny, let's bring you in. Break down the second-degree murder verdict. What should we make of it? As Maggie outlined, the defense really pushing for the jury to consider it, but also what kind of sentence could it carry?
Maggie described it perfectly. What the jury had to do with first and second-degree murder in Illinois is a little not traditional compared to the way we think of murder in other states. They had to first find all...
What's wrong with Harvey?
All the elements of first-degree murder. And by the way, if they didn't find all the elements of first-degree murder, they also could not find him guilty of second-degree murder. Very interesting, because we often think of second-degree murder as kind of a lesser-included offense, that if it's not as serious as first-degree, you can just go to second-degree. Not so in Illinois. You have to find all the elements of first-degree murder, and then you go to second-degree murder and ask the question, as Maggie pointed out, was there a belief that deadly force was necessary? And in addition, was that belief unreasonable? Second-degree murder in this case is defined as an unreasonable belief that you needed to use deadly force. You actually believed your life was threatened, but it was unreasonable. And that's what I think the defense was hoping for. That signals to me that they believed they were not going to get a straight-across-the-board acquittal.
All right, Maggie Vespa, Danny Savalas with that breaking news. Also tonight, the former Illinois deputy accused of killing a black woman in her own home tells a jury today, taking the stand in his own defense, that he felt the only weapon that was appropriate was his pistol to respond to the says he felt from Sonya Massey.
You got a taser, my man, and you had a partner there. So what are you talking about? I don't remember. Is Harvey related to her? I don't remember. But if he is, this should be good for the family.
Shawn Grayson, See McCourt sketches there. Kind of a surprise move today, taking the stand to testify. Remember, Massey called 911 late one night last year, worried about a prowler. Body cameras captured her, this video, in her own home, picking up a pot of boiling water and telling Grayson, "I rebuke you," in her words, "in the name of Jesus." Grayson then yells at Massey to drop the pot. Seconds later, fires 3 shots. Prosecutors say Massey was never a real threat to Grayson.
Now, you know they out of line for playing that. You saw that, right? They ain't even blur it. All right, let me see you.
Arguing he'd gotten frustrated with her throughout the night.
You have a taser.
Gray's actions were reasonable under the circumstances. Grayson has pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder. I want to bring in Maggie Vesper for us. A lot of questions for Grayson today on the stand, as he again took the stand here about why he didn't use a taser. What was the reasoning there?
Yeah, and these questions, Hallie will note, were from his attorneys. So clearly this was something they wanted to get out in front of the jury. Like, why didn't you use a less lethal weapon? And he basically said, listen, the way a taser works, you have to get the prongs onto the person's skin, which he worried getting that close, he would be hit with the boiling water, which he said was made him afraid of.
You see how they be telling these lies? Bruh. Now you see how they be telling lies with this taser? They be tasering people on the street through their clothes. So that's a lie.
There's 3 shots. Prosecutors say Massey was never a real threat to Grayson, arguing he'd gotten frustrated with why he didn't use a taser. What was the reasoning there?
Yeah, and these questions, Hallie will note, were from his attorneys. So clearly this was something they wanted to get out in front of the jury. Like, why didn't you use a less lethal weapon? And he basically said, listen, the way a taser works, you have to get the prongs onto the person's skin, which he worried getting that close, he would be hit with the boiling water, which he said was made him afraid of great bodily harm. And then he also said during the testimony, tasers work on everyone. His team didn't really elaborate there, but it basically...
You had a partner.
That his gun was his only option. If we can pull up the graphic of some of the
His gun was his only option.
Took it as a threat, meaning when Massey picked up that pot of boiling water and, as you said, told him, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." His attorney kind of then going in on this point. He said the only thing that you had, that you perceived could stop the threat, was your duty weapon, meaning your gun. Grayson said yes. And then he said, I approached, meaning took steps toward Massey, to make sure that she wasn't going to come out with another weapon like a knife or a gun, because, Hallie, that was another big point of contention. They actually had experts from both sides.
Okay, so I looked up the taser, right? I wanted to see how far you have to be away for the prongs to hit. They said the older models reach up to 21 to 25 feet, and newer models like the Taser 10 extend to 45 feet. Yeah, okay. 45 feet. You were hella close. There was no way you were not going to be able to hit her. So I don't want to hear that crap.
On the stand testifying about police de-escalation tactics. Experts for the prosecution said he shouldn't have walked toward her with his gun, that he kind of like escalated everything and made this all the more dramatic. We had experts for the defense today saying, no, that is a tactic, showing you have the potential to use force, then kind of ordering someone to calm down while you're showing...
Oh, wait a minute. Weren't we told by old Tatum Toss that she went over to throw the water at him?
We had experts for the defense...
Who remembers this? There's the water.
Showing you have the potential to use force, then kind of ordering someone...
She's at the sink. Well...
in some cases. So a lot of back and forth. You can see that use of force analyst today kind of laying that out for the defense. A lot of back and forth on a lot of topics that clearly Hallie, Grayson, and his team wanted him to talk about firsthand, which is why he pulled that surprise move and took the stand today.
And it's also interesting because this trial, it feels like, has moved along at lightning speed here, because closings may be tomorrow.
They might be first thing in the morning. That is the tentative plan, according to the judge, as it stands right now. Both sides say they're ready to get at this.
Let me see if Fox News said anything.
But you're right. Initially, we were told this could last up to 2
Ooh!
weeks from the judge last.
Dem Governor Stafford fired after the authorities seized 21 kilos. Get some.
Courtroom sketches. Everybody's really been moving along at a decent clip. We've also had protests outside the courthouse. Again, this is in Peoria, Illinois, about an hour north of Springfield. Where
well, they haven't said anything.
The defense, the prosecution, everyone involved is really trying to keep this tight.
Oh, look at the white man flipping over the Turnpoint USA table. We don't care.
And seemingly as part of their strategy to kind of keep the clarity and the details of the case in focus.
Nothing about Shawn Grayson?
At a pretty decent clip. So you're right. We'll see closings tomorrow. Then it goes to the jury, and then after that, it's really anyone's guess as to when we could see a verdict tally.
Well, isn't that interesting? Fox News ain't saying nothing about Shawn Grayson? Huh. Isn't that something? Yeah, y'all want to stay away from it, huh? Okay. USA Today, People, Chicago Sun-Times, NPR, New York Times, Peoria Journal-Star, Washington Post. Yeah, hey, where you punks at? I wasn't supposed to see that. Anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mortal Kombat Legacy comes out tomorrow. All right, we buy that next week. Let's see what X is saying about old Shawn Grayson. All right, there's Ben Crump. We don't care. I love how this is the picture they use, but whatever. If you respect and support police as I do, you should want to see legitimate awful cop Shawn Grayson given the maximum sentence for murdering Sonya Massey in her home. I see that video multiple times, and this was a disgrace to law enforcement and an unhinged a-hole murdering a woman. Let's see. Massey worked with the deputy's girlfriend. Massey and the girlfriend didn't get along. The girlfriend told the deputy, so he went to her home to scare her, did something in her backyard. She called the police. He arrived. She was, okay. All right, if that was happening. Unfortunately, if the killed was white and the killer was black, you would not hear the end of it. We don't look at crime as the killer is criminal no matter what color or religion he is, but we look at it from a racist point of view. That is not civilized but backward thinking. Okay. All right. Look like a weird situation where she didn't answer the door forever and was acting very strange, then says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus while preparing to launch the boiling water. Launch the boiling water. They're still on this. You gotta love them. Oh, I'm sure Tatum Toss is gonna put up a video later talking about somehow this was a miscarriage of justice. And this is a situation that's gonna make it harder for cops to do their job. Okay, dude. Sure. They go, nice tea girl, the Associated Press. I'm sure they were calm in here. There will be a pardon inside 30 days. Okay. These are state charges. And I doubt Pritzker is going to give him a pardon for this. She got help, just not the kind she wanted. Okay. All right. Somebody said, why'd you bring race into it? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Shawn Grayson now faces up to 20 years in prison. I hope this sends a clear message to law enforcement. If a violent black woman tries to throw boiling water in your face, you better let them. How dare you defend yourself? Seriously? Seriously. Okay. All right. Wow. It looked like in this thread they're giving him the business. He should not be in prison. Black people should learn how to interact with cops. What the fuck exactly did she do that was warranted her being hit with bullets? I need this explained. You gonna tell me you see somebody coming with water, you can't just go to the left or the right? Water hits the ground and then you just arrest her? For attempted assault on a police officer? You had to pull out, you and your partner had to pull out the blickies. Okay. White shouldn't have to respond to black emergency calls. Send black cops to do it. Good. And then when they start losing money because they're going on less calls, according to y'all, or they have to go on more calls because there's more white crime and they get hit more with bullets, then we can have this conversation again. I tell you, they dumb. Yeah, see. Ooh, what's this?
ABC station WLS is reporting there is a verdict in the Sonya Massey police shooting trial in Illinois. A jury has just
Did she say Illinois?
Shawn, it's very disturbing. It shows Deputy Grayson.
I don't know why it did that.
While she was holding a pot of bullets. We're coming on the air because our ABC station WLS is reporting there is a verdict in the Sonya.
Hold up. So ABC preempted their programming to announce this? Huh. That's interesting.
Massey police shooting trial in Illinois. A jury has just found former deputy Shawn Grayson guilty of second-degree murder for shooting and killing Massey in her kitchen after she called 911 to report a possible intruder in her home. You will remember this body cam video.
Bruh.
It's disturbing. It shows Deputy Grayson opening fire while she was holding a pot of boiling water. Grayson saying he feared for his life in this moment. Jury deliberations began yesterday. Grayson has pleaded not guilty, testifying in his own defense. Looks, we're coming on the air because our ABC station WLS is reporting there is a verdict in the Sonya Massey police shooting trial in Illinois. A jury
Illinois. All right, say less. Okay. Former Deputy Shawn Grayson, 30, worked at 5 other departments since 2021, was reported to have 2 DUI convictions. Here in West Virginia, this information would be kept confidential by the authoritarian statist politicians and law enforcement bureaucrats. Clearly, the public needs to know. Well, there you go. He abounds. Sorry, it's been a long day. What else we got? There go Reverend Al, the informant. You feared for your life for some boiling water. Boiling water. Okay. Boiling water. At most, you get second-degree burns. You can recover from that. Let's see if there's any media on it. All right, pictures. There's the body cam. You're not watching that. What's this? This might be old. Yeah, this looks old. All right, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, so this just happened. Very tense scenes, of course, inside this courtroom. A trial playing out really in front of the eyes.
Nah, Lola, you can't pardon him. These are state charges, like Wallow J said. He can't get outside. You would have to have Pritzker do it, or if they elect a Republican, then maybe they'll do it. But no.
Of the country, everyone waiting to see what this verdict would be, coming down as guilty on a second-degree murder charge. The jury was charged by the judge to consider both a first-degree murder charge and a second-degree murder charge. They chose not to convict Shawn Grayson on that first-degree charge, instead giving him a conviction on that second-degree murder charge.
Why these motherfuckers love playing that body cam, boy?
20 years, but that's very different.
Jesus Christ.
were a conviction to be had on the first-degree murder charge, which faced a minimum of 45 years to life. So the sentencing, very, very different between these two charges. So prosecutors getting their conviction here, but not getting the first-degree charge that many family members of Sonya Massey were certainly hoping to hear. We are going to hear from both the prosecutors and representatives of Massey's family at a press conference here shortly. No doubt they're going to be, at least members of the family, disappointed to some degree that that first-degree murder charge was not to be had.
Do you really think they were going to charge him for first degree? Come on now. Oh, there go Tatum Tots.
A lot of rumors are going around on the internet that Sonya Massey didn't throw the pot at the police officers. I get it. I understand that it's emotional to see somebody lose their lives. But what people need to understand is that if you're going to make a fair argument, you need to know what actually happened. You done made me make another video. I was done with this. For everybody out there that's saying she didn't throw a pot at him, you made it up, Brandon. One is I'm going to prove that she threw the pot of hot boiling water that would have scalded these police officers. She threw it at them before she was shot. Cops approach her to see what she's doing back there because she went all the way to the ground. They don't know if she's down on the ground, she's getting a weapon or anything, so they go to check on her, see what she's doing, and boom, she emerges. That's the pot in her hand.
Oh, God.
The boiling water's in the pot. She got the mitts on her hand so she don't scald herself.
What?
She throwing the pot. You saw her throw the pot. Watch right here where that water gonna come through.
Nigga, they shot her. She dropped the pot. Oh, my God. He can't be this dumb.
Steaming. Look at that water steaming. Now let's get to the legal argument because a lot of people are still gonna say, well,
this is a real Shawn bone. Okay.
that wasn't. I get it. You're not an expert in this, and you're not looking at the legal argument.
Nigga, you weren't either because you had other cops calling you out on it. So you're not an expert either. This was the same dude that said, hey, you got to, when you in that situation, you got to play home. And he was talking to some cop, and they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Play home?
There are a lot of facts in the shooting death of Sonya Massey that many have latched onto as somehow decisive on the lawfulness or lack thereof of her shooting death. That it was Massey who called the police for help in the first place. That the shooting occurred in Massey's own kitchen. That the officers had asked Massey to move that pot of boiling water. That Massey never verbalized an explicit threat against the deputies involved. And of course, that she was black and the officers were white. None of these facts are, however, relevant to the actual legal question in this case, which is this. Did Deputy Shawn Grayson, at the moment he fired that bullet through Sonya Massey's head, reasonably perceive that she was presenting as an unlawful, imminent, deadly force threat to himself and the deputy beside him? In other words, does Grayson's shooting of Massey fall within the legal boundaries for the lawful use of deadly force in defense of himself and his fellow deputy standing next to him? Now,
And the answer was no, because they said you guilty.
as a foundational matter, my analysis here is admittedly dependent on there being strong evidence that Sonya Massey did, in fact, hurl a pot of boiling water at the deputies.
Which she didn't, because if she hurled it, that water would not have ended up on the floor next to her. Which Tatum showed everybody. Look at the steaming water. That was nowhere near them cops. So how did she throw it? So you're telling me either Shawn Grayson or his partner, while she threw the pot, able to shoot her in the eye through the neck, or the neck through the eye, and the other one shot the pot. Sure.
I understand that many of you may doubt this claim. In fact, I've already heard from many of you that you do doubt this claim. You don't believe that Massey ever threw a pot of boiling water at these deputies.
So I proved that already.
How did you prove it? This nigga said he proved it.
I already proved that she did.
How did she? Oh, Lord. And here's the funny thing. I took a quick look. Even Shawn Grayson said she didn't throw it at him. Oh, you don't believe me. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can pull it back up. Let me see if I can pull it back up. I think was it this? I think it might have been this. No. Where was it? So her side, rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You took that as a threat. But you were laughing with her when she said it. But you took it as a threat. Oh, here it is. Millheiser, which was the other dude, reminded Grayson that in his report. I'm sorry, that's the that's the what do you call it? The DA. Millheiser reminded Grayson that in his report he asked Farley if he had been hit by liquid. So Farley was the partner. And Farley said no, but was almost a full minute after Grayson had shot Massey. So explain to me how she threw the water. And she threw the pot at him. There you go. Go show that to Tatum Tops one time. I tell you, these black conservatives are retarded. Because Mr. Super Cop over there, he think he were there. Okay. Whew. And look, even this one said, why the hell did you get on the stand in the first place? So he sunk himself. We tell you that they're not that intelligent, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, man. Oh. So there y'all go, folk. He going to jail. Illinois officials? Like who? Oh, here we go. State Senator Doris Turner. Justice has been served. Okay. Springfield Mayor Misty Boucher. Shawn Grayson did not just delete Sonya, he took away the life the Massey family once knew. Okay. Springfield Ward 2 Alderman Sean Gregory said, Sonya Massey deserved better. We won't rest until we see whole justice. Okay, I mean, I'm guessing that's the... So you only asked 3 people. Okay. All right. I still say he probably gonna get 10 years. That's like the new thing for them cops. Just give them 10 years. Let them do an appeal after 2. Anyway, we just wanted to bring that to y'all real fast. I got to go and finish up this other video. We do have one video coming for you tonight. I guess I could probably put up the other one maybe tomorrow. And we'll have fun. So enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Remember, you still got about 5 hours and 19 minutes to go hump something. So if you can accomplish that, great. If you can't, I mean, I understand. Anyway, y'all, hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I try to be better next time. Good for you, you piece of crap. Call Shawn Grayson. I hope you get beat up in prison. Anyway, y'all. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Excuse me. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.